call this meeting to order, and it was talked about that it was a workshop, but we had some things that came in that we needed to address in a more timely manner, so that's why this is just an open meeting. So I did call to order, and Eddie is going to offer our prayer.
Lord, thank you for allowing us to come together tonight, assemble our little town, and just ask that you be with each one of these council members and ask that you help them to make decisions for the best of our town, Lord. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Please join in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We need a roll call vote to establish a quorum.
Alderman Martin?
Here.
Alderman Bauer?
Here.
Alderman Coulter? Here. Alderman Perry?
Here.
You guys push the buttons on your microphones.
Not that.
It's on. See the red at the top?
This is not coming on.
It will. Push it. There you go. It's on. See the red at the top? It may not last long, but it's on.
It didn't green up.
It's not green enough down here.
It's on though.
We
Okay.
do have a quorum.
Those are, sorry.
Is there a motion for approval of the agenda?
Make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. We do need to have a motion to go into closed session pursuant to 610.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Martin?
Yes. Aye.
Alderman Bauer?
Aye.
Alderman Coulter?
Aye.
Alderman Perry?
Aye.
Motion carried. We will move into closed session and be back as soon as possible. Okay, we return now to open session and we will go on to old business.
Need a motion.
Thank you. Motion to return. Did we cover it coming out?
Yeah, you had your motion to come out of close and your roll call. You need to reopen, open, and do a roll call.
Okay, roll call to reopen. Motion to, okay. Motion to reopen.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call to reopen.
Alderman Martin?
Aye.
Alderman Bauer?
Aye.
Alderman Coulter?
Aye.
Alderman Perry?
Aye.
Okay. We're back in open session. Now we'll go to open. First item is the city switch tower site lease for the 80 by 80. I ask for a motion to approve the lease and pass the resolution, and Jessica will read the bill number and the resolution number.
Do we have a copy of that?
Yes. No.
Thank you.
Bill number 1412, resolution 241021. 24-10-21. A resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Mountain View, Missouri to sign a lease agreement with the City Switch 2-A LLC, a Georgia limited liability company, for the purpose of erecting, installing, operating, and maintaining a wireless communications facility on real estate owned by the city. Whereas the city of Mountain View owns real estate which would be suitable for the placement of a communications tower, and City Switch has requested to lease a portion of the real estate owned by city for the placement of a communications tower. And the city will benefit from the rent being paid by City Switch for the leased property, and there will be no discernible detriment to the city of Mountain View if the lease is entered into. And the city council believes it would be in the best interest of the city to enter into the lease agreement with City Switch. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Mountain View, Missouri as follows. Section 1, that Mayor Sherry McCann is directed to sign and enter into a lease agreement with City Switch 2-A LLC, which would allow City Switch 2-A LLC to erect a wireless communications tower on the leased real estate, which will be similar in terms to the one attached and incorporated herein. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect as of the date of its passage.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? As presented in previous council meeting, it would be a rental payment, or lease payment of $1,000 per month. And they agreed to reimburse the city for the cost of getting utilities out to that site, which is approximately $19,000.
Cost of electric.
I believe you said all utilities.
Well, they don't even need electric though.
Yeah, it only be
It's already priced it anyway,
This is
right?
just the electric
But there's
access
no
and
date.
utilities.
I was gonna ask them back there, there's no date, the date, when they have to start this, right?
Until they pass.
The date to start the lease.
Until they decide it's viable.
Right. The testing, as she was explaining.
The utility amount, the approximate cost is $16,158, and it does say, landlord will endeavor to keep the costs at or below the current estimate amount, but actual cost for which tenant will be responsible may be higher. 50% of the estimated cost of installation shall be due to the landlord before any utility installation work begins, and the remaining balance due within 30 days of receiving notice of completion of the utility installation. And what was your other question?
No, I just didn't see no date in there that, you know, that Calvin says when there's,
The effective date is when the lease is executed by all parties, is that correct? Okay, any further discussion or questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Alderman Martin?
Aye.
Alderman Bauer?
Aye.
Alderwoman Coulter?
nay,
Alderman Perry?
Aye.
Motion and resolution have been approved. And the next agenda item, the 123 North Elm property, was discussed. However, no action will be taken tonight, so that will be removed. And the next item will be the wastewater collection project. Horner and Schifrin presented another rate study approved by the DNR. And what you have in front of you shows that we're using 1140 for the number of connections. That was one of the sticking points, or one of the misinformation points that DNR and the Horner and Schifrin and City Hall needed to confirm and get on the same page. So they now are using the numbers. And they have come back with, instead of the 34 that we had said it had, it now needs to be $37.89 for the base rate. And then the charge per 1,000 gallons would be reduced from $6 to $4.96. There's a replacement annual annuity rate table, which is basically $57,000 annual. And the replacement schedule has not changed. I can read this facility plan addendum that they provided. The following information is an addendum to the Mountain View, Missouri wastewater facility plan. This addendum addresses modifications made to the inflow and infiltration work plan submitted on number 3. The sewer interceptor design was addressed in number 3 and has not changed. Review of the CCTV inspection report from Visu Sewer resulted in many changes to the priorities and the focus of the inflow and infiltration I&I work to be accomplished by this project. One surprise was the amount of PVC pipe within the system that needs to be replaced. Failures were prioritized and an effort has been made to address the most pressing issues. While there are 9,453 feet of sewer with failures so severe that they must be dug up to repair them, along with 33 sewer dig-up point repairs and 9 lateral Y connections that must be dug up to repair, trenchless sewer pipe repair options will be utilized where appropriate. 9 new manhole installations were identified to provide necessary access to the sewer system. Additionally, there will be 27 other manhole repairs, such as castings replaced, cone sections replaced, and invert repairs. Another 18 manholes will have manhole lid inflow dishes installed because they are in low areas of streets, sidewalks, or parking lots and cannot be raised above the local stormwater flow. There will be 8,935 feet of 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch cast-in-place pipe repair, along with 108 sewer Y connections repaired with CIPP lateral connection repairs. There will be at least 485 vitrified clay pipe joints sealed by grouting. There are 115 manholes targeted for grouting to stop leaks. All the repairs are listed on the attached plans in the bid sheet attached as Appendix A. While this project will repair many of the failures found during the CCTV investigation, there are many more than this budget can cover. It is recommended that the city adjust its sewer rates to provide ample operating funds for annual repair projects to continue to work on the list left over from this project. It is also recommended that future projects occasionally include smoke testing and additional CCTV work to keep up with failures as they occur to prevent the need for projects of this large scope. Again, DNR is driving this. We either start work and fix it, or they start fining. So we do have the funding commitment for 2025. The loan is $3,091,500, and the grant is $3,500,000. So you're talking $691,500.
6 million.
6 million, yes. And the system improvements that they were talking about comes to $6,591,500. Now, the city had an ordinance when the wastewater plant was built that $90,000 should have been put into restricted funds each year to keep our sewer system maintained, and it did not. Back in 2019, when this started, there was the bond issue that passed in 2020.
And the only thing that was done at that time was to increase the sewer usage rate to 50 cents for 3 years. 21, 22, and 23. So we are at the point now that the user rate needs to be increased so that we can pay off this $3 million loan. It's a state revolving fund, and the interest rate is still below 2% at this time.
But they're asking for a $28 raise.
We have a choice.
Yes. And back when the
Well, it's funny.
bond
whenever they
issue
did
went
that
through, you know, it estimated in some of the information that was sent out that the average bill would be $48. So, and that was 4 years ago, so. $37.89 is what they are stating.
I don't think we're gonna get it any cheaper. This is it.
Well, it just strikes me that they give us 3 things, scenarios to go by the last time. This time it's just straight this, and one of them is 26.
This $37.89 is the, one of the 3 scenarios that were presented last. The others left years of deficit. We wouldn't have enough. Any questions, statements?
No, I think we're kinda running out of time to get this done.
Well, we've been asking if there's a time limit on it forever, and then they hit us with this, and then now, right now, we have to get this done.
By doing it now, we'll be able to at least get it out for,
I'm worried
Bid
about our citizens
before
that
bid.
can't afford a $28 jump in their, just their sewer bill.
do you have anything to add from the engineers other than?
That pretty well covered all of it. I mean, they met with us today. Yeah, in previous emails, they give us 3 different versions, like Judy had mentioned. And on the other scenarios, they had 2 of the 3 always showed a deficit. I think one was showing 3-year deficit, and the other one was showing 6 or 8 years deficit. This one here showed no deficit. I think the first year was like, what, $99
$99.68
So-
too good.
This was the one version that
This is the
DNR approved.
lowest that DNR,
Yeah. So now, I don't know why they decided the base rate would go up and the user rate would go down, but that's why they have a financial team. I mean, these numbers here are strictly from DNR and Horner Schiffer.
See, our user rate before was 618 with the $26
Yeah.
base rate, and 645.
but the users
What
were
was the-
using a lot higher.
Yeah, was that the one that they were using 1,329 users?
Yes,
Okay.
but,
That's one
So-
reason that it has
so
gone
the
up.
people that's just using up to 1,000 gallon, and then after you use more than 1,000, then your user rate goes down.
$4.96 per 1,000 gallons.
Right.
After the first 1,000,
Right.
from $6.
So people that's using 1,000 is gonna be paying a lot more than that for the first 1,000 gallon. They're gonna be paying $37.89 for the first 1,000 gallon, and if you use 2,000, that second
Another
1,000.
$4.96.
Right.
Yes,
That's outrageous.
but that's the way it was explained from the bond that she went through. According to what I see.
Did you say the average user charge was gonna be previously in 2019, was it $48? Is that what that one paper was saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. So looking at this scenario here puts the average user at $53, so it's
Yeah.
pretty close to what was talked about originally. As far as an average.
An average across the board.
Yeah. The big increase is that base rate.
So even if we go ahead and approve this, we still putting out for bids and everything from that point forward? or-
Yeah, we can't put out to bid, we can't go out to bid until DNR sees an approved ordinance on a,
Yeah, we still have to have the ordinance drafted after these rates are.
Well, we have to do this in order to move forward, and then we
Yes.
still have to make another decision down the road. I think we should, approve this, move the process forward, and we can always see what comes of that and backtrack if we have to. If we don't do something, it's just gonna sit here, it's gonna become a bigger and bigger problem. We may lose our less than 2% interest rate, which that's a big one.
and that's the whole thing, if we, I
And
mean,
the fine will be
we don't
exceptional.
do anything, they're still gonna expect the work to be done with no financing available.
Yeah, no matter what, we're having to pay for it.
Exactly.
So this is our best opportunity. People aren't gonna like the raise, but it's gonna cost a lot more. And there's a lot of people around here their septic don't work very well as it is.
Yeah.
This will fix that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, the council had previously approved the usage rate at 34 with the minimum being 3,000 gallons, but with that,
This cost does not reflect that.
no,
is
this
on
reflects the 1,000.
No, or, yeah, 1,000 gallons. He didn't even give us the scenario with the 3,000 gallons here.
Because
Yeah.
DNR,
Well, it's because they used 1,300 and some odd people
Right.
connections
because our-
instead of 1,140.
Yeah, we've been.
Because they
having that for
average-
3 months.
they averaged those last 5 years, and that average is a lot higher than the current users.
I think this is one of those situations, the longer we sit on it, the heavier, more expensive it's gonna get.
That's very true.
If we push it to the next meeting, it may not be this cheap.
And I did reach out to DNR, a few months back and asked them, hey, can we forego the loan? Just do the grant portion, just take care of the interceptor, alleviate. It's not valid without the loan. They go hand in hand. If DNR sees that the city is willing to go out on a limb and borrow $3 million, they're gonna give you an additional $3.5 million to go along. So, I was hoping we could do that, still get some repairs done, make some minor increases here and there. They wouldn't hear of it.
Gotta do some effort on our
Well,
end. I get that.
When that, when you read what the inspection report came back with,
Yeah.
sewers are leaking all over town.
I know dozens of people around here that's got serious problems.
Oh, yeah. We're doing one of them right out front.
Yeah, we got,
And then you guys got another one out south.
yeah, we got
Yeah.
one right over here that don't even have it.
Yeah.
Needs some serious issues.
Just put it back in your basement, save money.
I mean, some of it's going in there
What
now.
do you think?
It's backing up as it is. It's a problem.
Why don't we wish we had city clerk?
Are we able to make a motion, or are we still, how do you want to go about this?
Okay, my understanding is the way this is working, we have to go by their this is included into their replacement schedule. In other words, this amount of money that they're telling us is going with their replacement schedule. And on year 3, we have to have $280,000 for a sludge truck. Okay. Trailer mounted sewer jetter, $100,000 by year 8. That is what this is all based upon, not just user numbers, connections, average use of 4,000 gallons. I went back and looked, at least, they're getting close here, but if they'd used the wrong number, if they'd used the right numbers here, 1108, and I mean, we're just talking a difference here of, what, 20, let's see, 32. They were telling us minimum charge should be $32.58. And now then, they jumped that to $537.89. Okay, and that is all based upon
What was the
their
average?
replacement schedule.
32?
Average
This
was 32
replacement
yeah.
fund is what you put
Right.
back for it, that's not paying off the loan.
This was, this one right here.
Yeah, but I remember him saying something about, there was something that DNR did not include in that replacement schedule on those papers. So whenever he basically got all of this information into their spreadsheet, that's what made this
Okay.
difference here.
This
I asked him,
spreadsheet
why is
here
this coming out
shows-
higher?
Minimum charge is $32.58, $4.62 per 1,000 gallons. Okay, it's using their user numbers,
What is the-
1108. We're talking a difference of 32 people, and their user rate has gone up from 462 to 496, and the base rate has gone from 32.58 to 37.89. On a matter of,
What is the gallon
32 people?
consumption you're talking about?
1,000
Yeah.
No,
on
the
here?
average,
What was the average consumption?
Oh, what's the average gallon
that's
consumption?
the
average gallon consumption here is also 4,000 gallons. There it is, 4,164. You're talking a difference of 100 gallons. Okay. Okay. I know I understand that we need to do this,
Oh, I do too.
but I also understand this is, this right here at 32.58 was a minimum cost at 462 per 1,000. And there's a difference of 32 users. I do not understand.
And it's more users on this than what they had on that.
Right.
So that would have lowered it some.
But here we're raising it.
I know. And Eddie, you saying that, oh, their figures wasn't right on that stuff. Well, how do we know if these figures are right? And
I mean, we have to do something or we're gonna lose the funding. We're gonna end up with a whole bunch of money that we owe. Something's got to occur here.
And I know $28 might seem like a lot to some people, but some people it is, and I know we gotta fix it. I know all that scenarios, but if they say them numbers is wrong, and I'm saying, is these numbers right? Because we've been finding,
Well, I mean, we know
As far
we're
as we
close.
can tell,
I mean, we really do. We know we're close because of the numbers and also the amount of gallons used, or average usage, average numbers of users, at least we're awful close. But I still think that, okay, $32.58 to $37.89. I realize that's, yeah, that's a little over $5, but if we'd have gone with this, then this would have meant nothing.
right,
And so,
so we passed the 34 already.
34 at 3,000 gallons, that's what their problem was.
Right.
So we need to have $34 at 1,000 gallons and then a rate of $4.96 per thousand after that. Is that what you're thinking?
I know the $6 would have to go up if you did that.
The usage charge would have to go up, which I think would be more fair than having the people that,
Yeah, if you, and they might be willing to compromise like that. Throw instead of 30, what it is, 37.89, say, because you agreed to the 34, come back at them and say, do the 34, but increase instead of 4.96, go with the $6, whatever the,
or you could even go down to the 32, like on that page is, at
Right.
32, and then raise that user rate back up to $6.89.
Right, that's what they have, well, actually, they've done it here at $4.62 per thousand gallons, rounded up.
But
And
now-
this is actual rate right now was $6,
Right,
and just continue with the 6 and raise it to 32.58 for the 50,000 gallons.
I agree with that. Anything besides what they hit us with big one. And that way, the people that's not using 2,000 gallon is not getting hammered with the bigger charge than the people that's using that extra 1,000, and they're gonna get that for $6. And I'm gonna pay 37 for my first 1,000. You see what I'm saying?
But the
And
user
the-
charge should be, everybody uses the sewer, the user charge should be
Yeah, I
based
understand,
on
base
the
rate.
connection, not the use of the water.
Well, that's what they're basing on, that's going down the sewer. And January, February, March, we average it, and that way, that's what we
Keep
get
the
charged for.
average.
Do what?
We still keep the average.
Right, we keep the average, but then, like I said, the person only using 1,000 is getting hammered. But if you use 2,000, like I joked with Eddie, well, I guess to get my money's worth, I'll just turn the water on and let it run down the street.
But your
that cheap.
Your user is everybody that uses the sewer system,
Right.
I understand.
not the amount
But,
of use.
but you're still, the only way they know about the sewer system is how many gallons of water you use.
Yeah, that's what it's based on.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we're talking sewer, but our sewer rates is going by how much water we use.
After the first 1,000, everybody gets the 1,000 for the,
But with
Base
this
rate.
way, the person that don't use 1,000 gallon, or just 1,000 gallon, gets hammered with 37, and the second 1,000 gallon, you only have to pay $4.96. So I say lower that, raise the second.
We're already at what, $6 now?
Yes.
Right. I mean, bottom line is this, I would use 1,000 gallons a month right over here behind the city hall, so I'm gonna be paying $32 a month, no matter 32 or 37 or whatever it is. And,
I'm gonna have to take more showers.
no, I'm not talking about the house, I'm
I
talking
know.
about the shop, but the bottom line is this, is we need to do something to carry this forward, and if we need to pass it at 32.58 and then raise their from 4.96 back to 6 at current rate.
Is that the current, or is it 6.4?
No, the current rate right now is $6.
Oh, $6.
$6.
Gotcha,
What's the
gotcha.
six?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the best course of action would be. I don't know if you'd want to vote to pass something or say,
Yes.
bring this back to the board and say, will they?
Well, but see, we can keep telling them to bring it back, and they're gonna keep throwing this at us, and they're gonna raise it every month, because they're saying there's inflation or this or that. That's my opinion. Now, whether that's wrong, I don't know.
No, I agree with you. We voted on the 34 at 3,000.
And they said that wasn't good enough. And now they're throwing, at least we're close on 2 of them.
Right.
We're real close. I mean, the only difference is about $5.
Even on their, what was their $6?
Right.
lot?
Yeah, $6 user rate.
was under a
Oh, I
thousand.
thought it was six something.
I don't think
Oh,
we
it was
have
on
that.
this, that was six something, and that
We can
whole
solve this
scale.
right here.
Right, so I'm just throwing that one away because, you know,
What percentage is under under a thousand?
I don't know, I don't even know if we can pull that report.
We can figure that out, we can answer this right now, figure out, if it's gonna make a difference.
I wouldn't, I don't,
I don't think it'd even be close to matching up the difference.
yeah, no, I'd say, I could throw a number at you, but it wouldn't be accurate.
You'd make more money off of the second thousand than you're gonna make off, I mean,
First thousand.
right, you know what I'm
So
saying?
by us swapping them around like that, it ain't gonna make up the difference. The numbers just ain't there.
Yeah,
So
I
what
mean,
they gave us, that is,
I would say that, I mean, it's been a while since I say it's been a while since I read meters. I read a few this month, but I would say out of the, 1,140 sewer customers, I would say the percentage that is 1,000 or less is going to be pretty low.
pretty low.
It's going to be, like I said, I'm gonna throw a number out there. I don't know how accurate it is, but I would say 5%,
5%.
maybe.
Most people use over that, what you're saying.
So if it's only 5%, think about this, if it's only 5%, that's having to pay the 32 because they're, and the rest of them is paying, if we raise the use charge to 6, then you're gonna be making more.
I think we'd have to raise it more than 6 to make up the difference. I mean,
Raise it up to 7.
Just fine, I mean, I don't know if you guys wanna, according to them, we need to do something reasonably quick, but I don't know if you all, since you just got the information, I don't know if you all wanna take it home and study it, and, because we'll meet again in, what, a week?
Next
well,
Monday.
when we do the estimates, when we figure out and they do their bids, are we gonna be given a different amount of money that we owe at that point?
Do what now?
Like, what it's gonna cost to actually do the job? We put out
No,
bids.
we'll bid it out for the specs that they,
Yeah.
that
so we have
the
to
engineers.
decide, if we wait
need
another,
to-
another week's not gonna make or break
The
us, but the thing
6591.
is, if we wait another week, at what point are we gonna implement?
The only problem with the longer you wait, the more it's gonna cost.
Well, no, I mean implementation. In other words, we can
We
sit
have
here
to
and
get
say
it out
this,
to-
we
want to
need
get
to
it
do
out to
this.
bid, like,
No, I'm talking about this. Okay,
well,
We
we
can
have to
sit here
get
and
all of
talk-
this approved, so we should have already had it out to bid in September, and we haven't, so.
But we
We're
was told,
hoping
we was
now
told
that
in
it-
August that we didn't have no deadline, so they've changed that?
It's not a deadline, it's so it can get out to
It's just
bid,
so it go out to bid.
because
okay.
we're on
And,
the
and the reason I say that, there's an ideal time to go out to bid on it, and they said it's typically November, December, January timeframe is where you want to go out to bid. That's when people are, they're doing less work out in the field, so that's when they're putting the most time into collecting
into
their
the
bids.
process.
So, will we have an opportunity to revisit this amount after the bids, or if we make this, it's a done deal?
I mean,
Unless we would change the ordinance, we
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
have the
we'll
ordinance
change the
approved.
ordinance later, so if we
Change
go ahead
it
with
if we
this,
want.
get the bid done, and then we can have that time to think about this, and if we wanna,
Well, we have
Try
to
something
implement it,
different. we can.
not implement it until,
Well, but see, that's the deal, is we need to implement this. And at what point do we implement it? Do we implement it December the 1st? Do we implement it January 1? Do we
well,
implement
we
it?
have to get loan approval and everything after all of this, so it would definitely have to be after that.
No, we need to,
No, we don't. It don't have to be with.
I would think that we would want to build a little bit of a reserve fund to start with, because once they start breaking ground, we need to have money on hand in order,
To pay.
it's just like what happened down the street right here. If something like that happens as they're going through that, we need to have a little bit of a reserve fund, because we can't count upon
have
them
no
coming up
reserve.
with the money to fix like what we have out here right now on, this Elm Street? No, this is not Elm. Oak Street. So we need to decide to implement it very quickly, I would think, in order to build a little bit of a reserve fund so we know exactly what it's gonna bring in. They're telling us this, but we don't know for sure until the bills are sent out and everything is recalibrated and all this other.
And you know, if we implement, and I agree with Colin, we need to, so before we even get to loan, we've got some bills coming in, so we'll have a more of an idea that if we do the 32 and move the use charge up to $6 or $7, then we'll see if we're gonna
They
come out
would
with
be in a
this.
deficit though, but
Maybe not, according to their figures, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't trust their figures.
There's two things I trust on here. One of them is the number of connections and the use. That's it.
That's me,
Uh,
I agree with you.
I mean, the rest of it, I realize just comes down to numbers, but, I mean, I don't, I mean, I do know, but it's not gonna do me any good when I'm not about it, so.
okay.
And it's all based upon their replacement schedule. That's what it's all based upon. What it's gonna cost to do the construction work and all that other, we know what that is, but their replacement schedule is what is pushing everything else. I mean, we don't know for sure. We're gonna spend $6.5 million on the construction. But then, if we don't follow this replacement schedule, then all this right here is gonna be null and void. We're still gonna have $6.5 million to pay back.
No, we only pay back.
Well, I'm sorry, 3.5, or whatever.
Nothing.
Yes, I'm sorry. The 3 million.
But what if we don't have, it don't come up that we have to replace some of the stuff they've got on there?
Well, I mean,
Then you-
Then I think,
There are
they've got,
recommendations.
if you look at that spreadsheet, they've got that CIP used for inflation calculation set at 5%.
Right.
And that's one of those things that you could alter year by year. You know, if you make it through sludge trucks, inevitable, we gotta have one of those. But if you get to, say, year 8, where they've got the sewer
We got
generator
that
for
sludge truck
$100,000.
3 years down the road, we need a sludge truck now.
Now, yes. So, but if you look down here, they've got a new sewer jetter in 8 years. That's still a really good piece of equipment we've got. We depend on it. As long as it is doing good by year 8, let's keep riding it out. Maybe that year we don't do a sewer increase at all. I mean, that's one thing that they've got it built in at 5%, but that's one of those things that essentially they leave it up to the council whether or not, if they put it in the ordinance with the 5% increase,
You just put it in for the CPI, not.
yeah, put it in
Set
for
5%.
CPI, it'd be whatever the cost of living increase. So if it's just 2% that year, that's all it changes.
What if, because the council has already approved the $34, with the minimum being 3, so if you set that at 34 for the 1,000 gallons and take that back to DNR, set the 34 as the user rate, and then they tell us what they think the per 1,000 gallon,
You're thinking the 34 for the base rate and then
the 34 for the base
user
rate,
rated,
and then the use charge is gonna be
stay at 6
higher.
or
It won't be
6.50.
able to stay at 6, it'll have to go up.
Yeah, in order for them to be good with it, I think probably
This
will.
thing right here,
That's, I mean, at $34, it's a difference of $1.42. Okay, so we were awful close to start with. We were just off by 2,000 gallons is what it amounted to. Was that, that's the
Well,
way
they
you
were
see it.
also using 5,000 gallons on all of those.
No, they were
Initial.
using 4,000.
they was using 4,000.
No, they had the right gallons. They had the,
They had the user.
both of these are the same gallons.
population. They had the,
Connection?
yeah, they had the customers wrong by,
yeah. This one here, the customers were only wrong by
32 people.
32 people, right. So I don't understand such a big difference, but anyway, the 34, we were right the first time. I mean, we're talking a difference of $1.42, and the user rate could stay at, I fully believe if we left it at $34, and made that 1,000, and then the use rate after that at $6 a thousand, that should come off close, everything.
Put us
Even
at-
if it is
That would put us at
deficit,
5228 for 4,047. Yeah.
Do what? Say that one
So
more
at
time.
a base rate of 34 and $6 per thousand for the 3,047 gallons above and beyond that, puts
Okay.
us at $52.28.
$52.28?
Yes.
versus
And it's at
53.
4,000, and theirs is at 53,
Right.
Yeah.
and they can't survive without that 80 cents or 72 cents?
I mean,
Well, it just will,
sounds pretty
will
darn
show
close
a
to me.
deficit.
But
That,
it
they
probably
were
will.
trying to
Yeah.
not have a deficit.
Exactly.
But if we have a deficit even the first couple of years,
Yeah.
we'd be better off than what we have been.
Right.
So,
We have- I mean, we
so
have to
at
do
that
some-
rate, we would have no change in the use rate, only the base rate increase. It's the 34 that you already voted
On
on.
what?
We just do away with the 3,000 gallon.
Right.
Go back to 1,000, average it out like we have
What we
every.
make on it.
Is that what everybody, can we,
I'm not really opposed to
what do you
that.
think? Talk, say something. I know, I don't want to do it either, but
My blood pressure's up right
Do we
now.
have a hard deadline?
Take a drink.
I like
Have
these,
this done?
we don't have a
we
hard
have, we're only
deadline,
talking
but we cannot,
$1.42.
it cannot be sent out for bid until all of this is approved.
I mean, if
the
a
ordinance
dollar
is
and
approved, and
42
it's
cents
sent
is gonna
to
stop you, then
DNR.
wait a
Is it
minute.
likely we would have
No,
an
Eddie,
answer
you
by
figured it at
next
4,000.
Monday?
4,047 gallons is what I use.
That'd be a good
So
take
take
question.
1,000 off
Yeah.
that.
I would say yes,
$34.
that we could get it.
And then you got the 3.047, for your 3,047
I'm
gallons
down for that.
at $6.
They give us an answer by next
25.
Monday.
If they-
Leaving it at 34 and then whatever
Plus
the,
34, that puts you at
Do it at 1,000 versus the 3,000.
I
That
agree.
puts you in
Yeah.
70,
That's right
73,
there next to
72 cents.
53.
If we have to correct, we will next week.
Right. For
Okay.
4,047 gallons.
do you think that we can get an answer back from DNR?
Before the next meeting.
Yes.
I can try.
30, if we leave it at the 34 for the one, and change it to the 1,000 gallons. And then the user rate to be whatever it comes out to be, or do you wanna leave it at that $6?
$6.
6 or.
That's what it is
34 and
now.
6.
Or adjust it up if they need to make this work
Yeah.
at 34.
Yeah,
They'll let us know that next week.
tell them to adjust the use charge up
Yeah.
instead of
Instead of the base rate.
base rate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Leave the base rate at 34,
Lord have mercy, get the rails ready.
that's $24.
It could be worse, I guess.
Maybe there's some.
I like the
subsidy
26.
out
Why'd they have to change that chart? This is horrible, guys. But I will say
Well,
this,
If
I
past
know we have,
commissions and
I know it has to be done, and this should have been started 20 years ago. And that's why we're getting hammered heavy right now. I
Well,
understand it, but it don't make me have to like it.
I don't want to turn down, you know, if somebody was to step up and say, here, I'm gonna hand you $3 million,
I got
I
you.
would back off of this in a heartbeat.
Right.
But guess what? I don't know of anybody that's gonna walk up there and give us $3 million. We're $6.5 million completed. I mean, it's not gonna solve all of our problems, but it's gonna solve some of the problems that we have for sure. Maybe the manhole covers will not blow off down there by the softball fields now.
$60
I mean, when all this gets done, it's gonna be a process of probably at least a year to 2 years, I'm assuming.
It's gonna be a lengthy process.
So do we need to make a motion to do $34 at the first 1,000 and 6 or more on the user rate?
well, we can,
Or do we
ask them
just-
for the two scenarios, 34 and 6, whatever the deficit is, and 34 and whatever it takes for no deficit.
On the use charge.
Does that work?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully we have an answer by next Monday on what we're gonna do with it.
Any more discussion before we call for a motion?
I'm good.
Do we even have to make a motion on that, or we just tell
Yeah,
them?
because we were at 34.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
We're
gotcha.
at
So we're
34
gonna
and
change the
three, so we'll make it
34.
34 for the
Thousand
first
instead
thousand.
of 3,000, right?
Yes.
And
The base
$6.
is 34, the user for second thousand on at $6 as it is now.
Yes.
And the second scenario would be 34 base and whatever DNR deems necessary for no deficit. Because we know there's gonna be a deficit with the 34 and the 6,
Okay.
Sounds good.
but it may be a deficit that we can live with.
I don't really see it being a deficit, because they had it at 30, they had it at 32, what is it?
No, see, this is the newest one we got.
No,
They
no.
had it at 3789
No,
and
on this
496.
They had it at 32.58 and 6, and we didn't have no deficit.
And it may come back and everything be, just fine.
And that's, we're asking for $1.42, did you say?
Yeah, there's $1.42 difference right there. But we are dropping their base rate by $3.89.
Yeah, but we're raising our user rate by $2. Or not ours,
No.
but theirs.
$1.04.
Oh, okay, yeah,
$1.04.
okay, $1.04.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get that? The two options that we're asking DNR for?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you get all this conversation?
It's recorded.
Everywhere goes, short
Got it
Okay.
right there.
A motion for the two options, going to, back to DNR for the two options. Need a motion. What? Did you make the motion?
Nope, I did not.
Somebody gonna make the motion?
You're gonna vote no.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I will second the motion.
Any further discussion? Okay, a roll call vote, going back to DNR with the two options.
Alderman Martin,
Aye.
Alderman Bauer,
Aye.
Alderwoman Coulter,
As sad as I hate to say it, I have to go aye, because we gotta do it.
Alderman Perry,
I hate it.
I do too.
And I'll be straight up, I'm gonna be paying, at a business shop that uses 300 gallons a month, I'm gonna be paying $37 for 300 gallons.
Sorry,
But I also-
everybody that flushes the
Yeah,
toilet is
and I mean,
gonna have to
that's
share
the way it is.
That's just it.
They don't make us have to
Okay,
like it
motion.
up here.
Yeah.
Well, none of us like it. Okay, we'll go back to DNR. Okay. The next item is,
Do we, before we go to the next item and we leave this, do we need to set a date, whatever DNR sends back to us, as a date to implement? In other words, do we implement this December 1, November 1? The DNR is definitely gonna come back with something. And okay, so
that
we
would
need,
be in our ordinance, that as soon as these rates are settled on, we'll have an ordinance, and that would be the implement, that would set the implementation date.
But,
Hopefully it'll be
but
next
what I
Monday.
think what he's trying to say, as soon as DNR comes back and agrees to whatever,
One of these.
then
one or the other.
we need, yeah, one or the other, then do we need to have a special meeting so we can come in and approve it, and then we can,
We're planning on next Monday.
Well, yeah, but we're not gonna know until next Monday whether DNR, what they're gonna tell us. But what I'm getting at is, okay, we'll change these rates, but it will take a while to work into the system. I mean, to punch the numbers in, and do we need to do it January 1?
That would make sense, January 1.
January 1, yeah. Do it after Christmas and all that.
well, I
I'll
agree with
ask
Calvin,
them
we
if
need
they're
to
gonna
have a
require
nest
it.
egg setback
If they have
with
requirement.
this.
Yeah.
So if something comes up, we'll have a little nest egg. We don't wanna wait till they're gonna start working on it
I've got a note to ask her when I call her about that, if they've got any requirements on that,
But
or
that-
if we are free to do it at our own will.
Well, that, there was the requirement for the fund, and that's one of those CDs was set
Right.
aside for that. It's in that
So that,
restricted.
yeah, what we call it,
It's
Did
a
they ever
restricted
get back
account.
the sewer fund
That
is what
is
he's
in
got
here?
labeled as.
What is it?
That we have set that back, you said it might be different in a new ordinance or whatever you called it on it. You know, when we was talking about it, you said, well, this is an old ordinance, and we went ahead and restricted that, because you said we'd probably have to draw up a new ordinance.
Well, yeah, we do have to have a new ordinance, yes.
But is it going to kind of read the same as?
Oh, I'm sure that it does, it's pretty thick, because I read it word for word, because until these rates are set, there's no sense going in and starting to type it out, so. But yes, we've got
Okay.
to start, we've got a start.
I'll bring
With
that
that
up, I'll
CD
bring
that's-
that up at a workshop. When we implement these rates, we need to make sure that this money goes nothing but sewer and not into the general revenue. And I realize that that's what you guys are working on, because it has never been done that way hardly before, but that's in a workshop for us. Is
Well,
that
we just
not?
know that it has to happen, and the quickest way to do it was, because we had that account that was nothing but an interest account from way back when.
No, well, I'm talking about monies coming in every month, okay? Divide it up. In other words, it just doesn't go into the general revenue fund. Whatever gets paid in sewer is that fund in sewer. It's not water, it's not streets, it's not anything, it's just sewer. That's what we're working on, is dividing all this up instead of everything getting thrown into general revenue, and then we don't know where anything is at. I mean, you're,
Except for like-
no, you've done a wonderful job on the bills.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
put it
I mean,
that way.
no, and that's
But
what I'm getting
Yes,
at.
the revenue tracking has got to be changed.
That's
We
right,
are
that's okay.
Working on it, definitely, definitely. And even if it is in the same bank account, like that one account has the interest from, we don't know what, plus the transportation that was started and this wastewater project. So we are starting. Okay, we're what? Okay. The other one is the street name for a mailbox. The post office, this is the street that really runs around or behind Taco Bell.
Oh,
Okay.
Are
And
you
if you
talking about
look
the one
at
that
your,
comes out on?
okay, that's a county road. The pink, the one across here is 60. Okay? So,
See this?
I could not find any written procedures for naming
Oh,
streets.
you're talking, oh, I know, the one at the bottom there.
So- We, 7th Street is on the south side of 60, and Dirk Street is what comes up to, it dead ends there, it doesn't go to 60. So we are proposing that from north of 60 up to the corner would be North Dirk's continue. And then what goes behind Taco Bell would be East 8th Street. 8th Street is over where the hospital, that road that comes from the hospital down to
Is that where?
Y
the-
Highway. That's just a driveway into,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
East 8th Street.
Yeah, so the post office, looking at the picture, this person needs a mailbox back over here. And the post office has to have a street name before they can give them a mailbox.
If you
So
pull,
that's Robert's Road right
if you
there.
pull it.
Yes, that goes out to Roberts.
Is this a
It
house?
doesn't show
Is that a
a
house
shop
there?
to be inside the city limits, but it is, when you look at.
Oh, that's where, that's who needs the mailbox, that shop right there?
Yeah, Eddie's Garage or Eddie's Shop or something like that.
Are you talking about where the auto part, I mean,
Eddie's
auto body
Buffalo.
shop?
Yeah, well, that's right beside
Yeah,
Papa.
it's been something.
It's
Oh, what's this one up here?
behind.
That's Doug Woolsey's. I don't, it's like a barn or something, I don't think he's ever done anything aside from store hay.
So, I don't know, we don't know if the council needs to approve it or not, but I figured that was the best way to do it since we can't
Does,
find any procedures.
is there another street that, on this East Eighth that you're talking about? Is there
No,
another street?
no, there's no more East Eight. No,
Okay.
that
I
would
just
be it.
wondered if there was something else.
No,
out there.
there's not anything else over there.
Kenny Carr's.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Yeah, here's
Okay.
Kenny Carr's over.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is the road that runs in front of.
David has made a
Mills.
motion to approve 8th Street and Dirk Street
I will
as
second.
presented.
This is already called Dirk Street?
Yeah.
Is that what
Not
you
the,
said?
no, it's not. This is Dirk Street down
South.
here.
Gotcha.
Right here.
It would have to be,
There's a swimming pool, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. Is that right? The swimming
Yeah.
pool, Eddie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dirk's
Yeah.
used to have an approach onto
This
60,
would
and that
be
was,
the
I
tennis
think that was,
courts or whatever
was
one
that
of these
traded
two
for
is going.
Copperville? They, whenever they did the format, they did away with that approach.
yeah.
Good in
That
there.
used to go to 60, but
It
it
is.
doesn't.
He's saying Dirk.
This is Dirk's. It used to go to 60, but it doesn't anymore.
So just kind of come in.
And the swimming pool is right in here,
Yeah, that's the pool there.
up here like that.
So, we're gonna just call that whole street East Eighth Street?
East
Is that
Eighth,
what-
yes.
Is that what he made a motion on?
Yeah, East 8th, and that would just be Dirk's.
Yeah.
It's not, because
Or-
north
yeah,
would be
there
from
is
that.
no-
There is no
south
north.
there, so-
Okay. So East 8th and continuation of Dirk's.
I know it sounds weird, you got, same road has two names, but that's customarily in town. Anytime a road changes from north to west,
Yeah.
it changes names.
It'd be
So,
cool to make it Taco Street or something.
We've already got a Bell Drive just down the
We
road,
have a
so-
motion and a second
Oh,
here.
yeah, I guess it's too late for that one, eh? It's like-
No, we're still discussing.
This is Dirk.
Okay, this is
I
gonna be all
No.
East Eighth?
Like Taco Street, but.
Dirt Street will end right here.
I was right at you, didn't
That's
see
a,
the second.
all this is gonna be is a continuation
Okay,
right here,
that's
Judy.
what I was trying
And
to.
then East Eighth Streets will be right here. Now, I assume behind that, which would
Silent
be
Wind
behind
Drive.
Woolsey's, looks like there's an old road, where they had to track down the
I think
car.
that's just a boundary line.
Okay.
I think that's
why I asked if
Windy.
they were
Yeah.
street.
Windy drivers.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Yeah.
Do it.
I just
Got one
wondered
for
where
it,
Dirk's was
At
gonna
any
stop.
age.
Well, it
Let's go
would
home.
have to be in the middle of the corner, I assume.
Draw a line, Eddie.
Draw a line, that's market paint.
Yeah, there you
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
go. Aye.
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 Motion carried, thank you.
Can,
Okay,
can I say something on this street?
yeah,
Somebody stole our street signs on Ridgeway and W Highway.
Ooh.
You know, and those out there where I told somebody how to get my house and they said, I don't know how long they've been gone.
Next time we get an opportunity to name the
okay.
street.
Announcements mainly for the meeting on the 28th, because we will have some budget work to do.
Yep.
And whatever else comes out between now and then, but wastewater collection will be one.
When are you gonna work on the, budget? Just,
We'll do it.
do we have
Some on
to
the
just do a couple of
28th, yeah.
departments, or what are we gonna do?
Well, Eddie and I are gonna go through it first so we can have a complete budget to hand to you guys, and then which departments you have questions on or whatever, then we'll do it.
Maybe just.
While we're here, Eddie,
Is it
have you
on?
by chance,
I don't think ours is.
I know I did mention something about Lee Dunn Mayor, I'm sorry. I apologize. Open my mouth, that's what that is.
You like me?
Yes, it's 6 PM on the 28th for the next meeting. I mean, it's gonna be,
Budget and wastewater. and
yes,
Whatever else pops up.
yes,
6 PM, you say?
yes,
Fantastic.
okay.
I'll be here.
Are you discussing something?
What you have?
I was gonna ask him, okay, I'd made mention that the trash department are wanting dumpsters again.
Yeah.
Okay, we make money off dumpsters. You said you were gonna check in to see if some of that monies that the trash department is receiving
Yeah,
could be used for dumpsters.
yeah, we'll look and see what their revenue is on those dumpsters.
Okay, I thought you said something about some kind of grant money that they had.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it can be used for that. They use a lot of that grant money to pay for their part-time employees.
Right?
It doesn't leave a lot of room left over to
That's the recycling,
purchase.
isn't it? That's not.
Yeah, I think it's,
Yes.
Well, what if we bought dumpsters that said cardboard only?
we might be able to, we might be able to,
That's
That would
what-
free up other
that's
dumpsters
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
for,
yeah. I'll see how much room there is left
Okay.
in that.
I was just wondering,
Yeah, I do.
because if we're gonna get the budget and make money off of it.
Yeah.
No,
I call for a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 This meeting is adjourned.
Aye.
When did you turn it off?
Yes.